Hello Targar friends, hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another Orc Mode workout, and today was Max Effort Deadlift Day. It's a quick reminder for those of you who watch these videos every day, please click like down below. We need to keep the likes higher than the dislikes. We haven't been doing that consistently. Only you can do that, so the rule is you can't watch the max attempt until you click like. Those are the rules, so reach down and please do that. And then let's get on to the heavy lifting. I really could not get in my groove today on the Sumo Deadlift. Fortunately, my grip was holding up pretty good. All this grip work is paying off. I need to keep going with it. All right, I need to be strong enough to grip like 700 pounds at a lockout. When I can get there, then we can back off on grip work, right? When I know I can hold 700 pounds. And even then, maybe I won't ever quit with it. Maybe we'll keep pushing it forward and just become a big old forearm and grip specialist. Probably change the way I look a lot, especially when I get leaner later. But as you guys notice, I'm just struggling getting in my groove. We still got a decent lift. I would have liked a little more, but it wasn't bad. But it was 525, and then I bring the camera over so you can see it from the side, with 75 pounds of chains. So at least we got 600 at the lockout. Now, it's hard to tell exactly how much is on the bottom because the way those chains coil up, there is obviously a little bit of weight at the bottom. It's a few pounds and it goes up very, very quick. But who knows? Who knows exactly? 530, I don't know. And 600 at the lockout. Either way, we know that I can lift more than that. So it was just a bad day for getting in my groove. I just couldn't get my hips to feel right. Everything felt grindy. So, you know, it is what it is. But I haven't been doing quite as much sumo lately. And it's funny that I did all that sumo training and then I start conventionaling and my conventional's stronger. Kind of shows what I've been telling you guys. Sumo will build conventional, just like the box squat built my back squat. I've done a little bit of back squatting and a lot of people were shocked. And it's all going to keep going up. But, you know, we keep doing the training. We train the weak points. I've really felt my glutes tremendously on that. Like, I struggled with the glutes. Like, afterwards, they were sore, which, again, that's normal. Normal on a sumo a lot of times. I was struggling with glute strength out of the bottom, which is one of the reasons that we have this movement first. That's why we do hip thrust first. It's our biggest lower body assistance movement. Or accessory movement, if we want to call it that. Special exercise. These definitions, they get so ambiguous even though we define them. Call it a special exercise. So the hip thrust, I managed to get all my reps and sets today. Last time with this, I couldn't finish my fifth set with this weight. I got all 5x10 with 415. It was challenging. I'm not going to lie, it was hard. Like, I had to dig in, but I got it. And we got it without the hamstring cramp this time. So I'm going to take that as a good thing. Is we got a squat PR, then we got a hamstring cramp doing this last time. So I didn't expect that, especially with a normal back squat. But 415, and the goal on this I've already said. I feel like when I can do 500 for sets of 10 on this, I'm going to be pretty dang strong. Like, I think my lower body strength is probably going to be about where I want it to be. So that's something we're just going to work towards. I'm going to have to keep working with 415 for just a little bit. Like, this feels like limit sets. This is pretty much the hardest I've been able to do. It's only my second workout trying this weight, and the first one we didn't complete everything. It's challenging. I'm going to have to go up slow from here. But we are going to get there. We are going to get 500 for sets of 10. It is going to happen. Even if I have to mess with stuff like chains or whatever. We have to do chains on this, we'll do that. But fantastic exercise. And I feel like this is building my squat up, which makes sense. Look at the knee angles and stuff involved. Look at the potential for the quads. It's right there where the squat needs the quads. Because people make some mistakes with that. They don't realize that, yes, quads contribute usually to your squat, but if your squat has a weakling from the quads, it's usually down near the knee. And that's really the part of the quad that's going to work the most because of that deeper angle. But happy with those. And the same thing with the deadlift. I mean, I wasn't happy with the way I moved, but I still got a decently heavy weight with the lockout. We know that the grip is improving now. It's coming up really fast. Just over a week worth of grip specialization can do a lot, can it? So I want to keep moving forward with that. It's going to be my theme because I know it's going to help my bench to just build my forearms up. So every day is going to be grip day. Now, I did take yesterday off from the grip work. and the forearm work because I knew I was going to pull today. I needed that one day off. But I've been doing them every day outside of that. So I feel like it's already starting to make a difference there. Probably going to see my conventional improve. And we go to this main supplemental lift for my conventional deadlift, the good morning. And I feel like this has contributed the most to rebuilding my conventional deadlift. And it's like I tell guys, you don't have to get super strong on these. Like, if you can do legitimate 10 reps of 225 on this, you're probably a lot stronger than the vast majority of lifters out there. Because I don't mean cheating it up. I don't mean nonsense. I'm talking about actually doing it, getting a stretch, not being all shaky on the way down and then potato flopping it up. You know, I mean, actually getting that stretch in the hamstrings and feeling your low back staying tight. I feel like it's done a lot for me. To the point where I always tell guys, it's like you can build a conventional deadlift with good mornings and Pendley rows, honestly. Not saying you're going to have the best in the world, but, and this will upset a lot of people who are struggling to get to a 500 deadlift, including some of my clients. That's why I make you guys do these lifts. All my clients who struggle with conventional deadlift, we do Pendley rows and good mornings so they're blue in the face. You could build a 500 deadlift off these two exercises without ever even doing a pull. All right? Can't you? Of course you can. Of course you can. People don't want to hear that. It's true. It's true. I think my traps are growing. You guys notice that? I just now noticed that in the footage. I think my traps are growing. All the rows, all the laterals are paying off. Might even mess with some overhead press again. I'm going to do some different stuff with that axle bar. I'm going to have fun with it. It's out. I should have it here today, actually. Should have it here shortly. Thought it was being delivered earlier, but it was, that same delivery company was delivering next door, but they didn't get to my place, so it's on a different truck. I might even have it by the time this video is uploaded. So, hopefully we have the axle bar for tomorrow's training. Get in and do some stuff with that. Get in and do some stuff, but at least all my supplemental work went good. My low back was really fatigued from those hip thrusts, though. So I had to take a little short breather before I did this, but we got it done. We got it done. And like I said, all this stuff went good today. You know, the supplemental work went good. And this is where we get strong at. That's something I should probably clarify to people. The maxing I do every day probably isn't necessary. I think at a certain threshold, it's probably not giving that much strength carryover. I'm just used to maxing all the time. And I like doing the different lifts so that we get good at performing different lifts. Like today, I was out of my groove. Like sumo felt wrong. And then doing it against chains, it felt wrong. It felt awkward. But you know what? I still came in and I struggled and strained against a really heavy weight for me. You know what? That's how you get stronger. That's how you maximize your strength. All this volume is how you get big so that you have strength to maximize. Okay, because size does equal strength. Your truly heavy lifting is how you achieve your strength potential. It's how you learn how to struggle, how you learn how to strain, how you learn how to find your grooves. But all this other stuff is how you get the strength to develop to begin with. Because hypertrophy is where your strength comes from. And this is how we build all of our squatting and pulling the lifts I'm doing. Hip thrust, good mornings, Pendley rows. Obviously, if you see I do GHRs on some days instead of the good mornings against bands. All right, this is how you build a squat. This is how you build a deadlift. You have to make all these muscles stick. Quads, hamstrings, glutes, hips, erectors, lats, forearms. That's how you build these lifts. That's how you build them. The deadlift is a little more dependent upon certain muscles, right? And a lot of the most important muscles for the deadlift aren't that big. So it can be very deceiving in terms of body weight. But that is not true of the squat. The squat is purely about size. Okay, your squat potential is purely Once you learn how to squat and you learn how to push through and grind and find your technique, the squat is purely a muscle mass exercise. It's about how much lean tissue you have on your body relative to your height. It is even far more hypertrophy oriented than the deadlift. The deadlift is too, it's just very specific muscles because it's such a partial exercise. This is how we get there, guys. And I'll be doing these with the axle bar here soon. Be a change of pace. I might have to do them every day again just because of the reduced load on the back. But again, good workout. I'm happy with it. Happy with everything today in spite of being out of my groove and feeling like it was just terrible deadlifting. Still decently strong. So good workout. So I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.